All right, so happy New Year to you guys all. And in this video today, I'm gonna be breaking down the pairs I'm gonna be looking at for this week. Y'all guys know it's a new year, so coming new year comes new goals. So y'all guys know me for GJ, y'all guys know me for buying GJ, but on top of this new year, I'm gonna also be adding gold and NAS100. So with that being said, let's start the new year off right and let's jump straight off in the land of the charts. So as you can see, here we go. This is what you call it, GJ, and this is the 5-minute time frame. Now, on Friday, I took a buy based on, V support areas kind of holding up right here. And I basically entered at the 195 flat, and I'm still actually left off in profit. Now, I'm going to be actually holding this move until we hit this resistance area right around here at 195, like around 195, 750, right around here where this red line is. So I'll be holding it till there. By then, I should have been able to recover some of the losses I took from last week. I did take some losses. I ended the week profitable, but like around on Thursday, I took a 60K learning opportunity, and right now I'm currently floating back 15K. If I hit this target right here, I would have made like around 80K. So quite frankly, I'm trying to hold and get that extra 20K profit. Outside of that, we had a wonderful week trading GJ last week. It was a bit slow come Thursday, which is why I kind of took that learning opportunity, but I was glad that I was able to recover on Friday. Give me 1 second. Let me show y'all actually my entries so that way I could show you better than I can tell you. Let me go ahead and change it to here. And bam. So you can see right now, 500K account, floating 14K, and these are the entries. You can see mainly my entry, I have basically 80 lots in here, and my entry's at 194.950, just slightly right above the 195 flat. And again, I entered these positions because I had it on my phone set. You can see on my computer I have 3 lots. I normally trade my smaller accounts on my computer. So I try to kind of log in and log out, and it kind of holds the preset. But 20 lots are entered. I'm floating, again, 27 pips. The goal is to take, like I said, like around 80 to 75 pips. You can see it based on the target right around here. So like around, let's say 70. So that's really the goal. But let's jump into the breakdown. Let me switch my chart layouts because a lot of you guys have been talking shit about my color scheme. And my color scheme is really for people who took my course. So if you took my course, then you understand my color scheme. Let's jump right into GJ. Let's start from the monthly time frame. So this is the monthly low. We went ahead and broke structure on the monthly time frame to where we created this weekly resistance. You could see from here to here, all we did is a smooth uptrend. Changing to the weekly, you could see from here to here, this was the higher high, this was our higher low. If you don't know what this is market structure terms, and you can see that we maintained the overall trend going upwards, right? Now, most recently, this was the most recent structure point, and you can see from here to here, we kind of came and respected right here. I like to draw out my structures from wick to wick. So at one point in time, I had a trend line that was from here to here. And then because this is the most recent, I waited until I got my next market structure area. Now, as you can see, based on the fib area that I have right around here, and we're just focusing slowly over here as of right now. So y'all just make sure that y'all stay well put and y'all stay and y'all understand where we are within structure first. The whole goal of this is to kind of show you guys where we are within structure. The whole goal is to give y'all guys confidence for this week on your bias. So if your bias lines up with mine for any of these pairs that I'm calling these moves out for, that means that you can take it. Thirsty as shit. Thirsty for these markets. You feel me? But outside of this, right around here, you can see that the markets kind of came down and tested a 23.6, kind of dragging it up. Same thing, 23.6. And then boom. Now the reason why I drew these supply and demand zones right here, which on this weekly time frame, was because we had a retest over here. And at times where these higher highs are, you have to identify where you're retesting. Just like how we have this higher high right here. Let me drag it up so y'all can see that we had price come back and retest over here. And the confluence, which is where you get multiple confirmations in one to take a setup, was right around here, where you'll see later as I break it down some more. So everything that's in blue is basically considered the weekly time frame, and everything that's in red is going to be considered the daily time frame. So now we're kind of going down to the lower time frame. This was the same market structure movement that we made. The goal is we're trading a move within a move, which is why I have 2 fibs. I have my higher time frame fib, and now I'm having my lower time frame fib. As I go down to my weekly time frame is going to be the last time frame that I analyze the actual structure of the direction that we're going, so that way I can be understanding and knowing where we are. God damn, thirsty. Talking a lot. So from right here, this is our last market structure higher low. This is our next higher high. We came back down. We tested 70.50, settled on 61.8, and then we shot up. So all last week, we had a very bullish week up until Friday. You can see from here, it's been actually week over weeks. Now, we're going to go to the 10-hour. And the reason why we're going to go to the 10 hours is because structure's a little clear on this time frame. You can see it beginning to show here in red. You can see that we went into a little counter trend because we broke minor structure, but not major structure. Minor structure showing you where you are, which is the short-term downtrend. We made a short-term downtrend right here into this higher low area to where we broke around Christmas time and really set the tone going into, well, not around Christmas time, but, you know, basically the beginning of December. So we basically set the tone of all of December that we were on this bullish streak. Right? Hope you guys are following. So from this bullish streak that we went ahead and set for the tone, we went ahead and broke structure on this time frame right here once this push-up kind of did it. So if I was supposed to come on a 10-hour and draw it from this market structure swing low, which is where you want to start from, to this swing high, you could see that we had 23.6, which is in a market structure level. If I drag it to the next higher high, you can see more 23.6s. If I drag it to the next higher high, more 23.6s, to where we finally came back and settled on a 38.2, right around here, which is why I actually bought. If you look at my previous charts, I had a red line right here, 38.2. This is why I bought. Not only that, but now that I'm on these lower time frames, I can actually show you that, again, supply and demand working in its prime. Right around here, we have this previous area of support, which is going to lead me into my bias of this week, which I will make in green, right? Where we had a previous higher high over here, and we came back and we retested that and found that as support where buyers took over. We're going to go and look at double the amount of data. We're going to go from the 10 to the 5, and we're going to skip all these time frames in between. I'll let you know later why we're doing that. So now from this time frame, you can see structure to where we clearly broke from down here, and then we made this push up and we started to do the uprise. So all we're going to do right now is just realign ourselves with structure and just make sure that we're moving in the right direction of trend and make sure that we don't get anything different. Still 23s, still 23s, still 23s, still 23s, still 23s. The reason why we're doing this is we're making sure that the same technical foundation that we got on the higher time frames is the same technical foundation that we have in the lower time frames, even though we're getting new data, and that new data is structure. We're going to go from the 5-hour to the 2-hour. We're going to look at double the amount of data. You can see even though the structure is a little bit more tighter, we can definitely see that we have different market structure areas now. We can see where the trend ended, which is right around here. And again, the reason why we want to do this, we just want to technically be aware of where we are within structure at all times. We're going to go ahead and delete the fib because we already have another fib from the higher time frame, and we're just going to realign ourselves real quickly to make sure that we're good. 23. Now, right around here is where we actually settled on 38.2. This is why the 2 hours is important. This is why you want to kind of take your time and look at the data that you're looking at, because you want to make sure you're good. Not only did we break structure here and here, but we also made a first market structure higher low right here, which means we can move our fibs up and we can get the details. This is how you would have been trading throughout the days of the week. This is how you would have been prepping yourself to kind of catch future moves. This is what you would be doing during the week, which again, we have another market structure area right here. And all we're going to do is move our fib up and wait for it to break past our previous higher high. And this is literally all you would have been doing this week. You would have caught so much buys like this, waiting for it to break, retest, and find support. Notice that everywhere that I come back and find support at is a previous area of structure. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because on one of these time frames, we're going to get a transition of trend. This transition of trend is going to be super important. Notice that on this time frame, peep this. Notice that on this time frame, we came back and we retested right here. Right, we retested right here for this area of supply and demand, but then we also use this as resistance. This is never the same area that I plan to look out for a take profit. So we're actually going to draw this zone in black, or maybe in red. No, we're going to draw it in black. The reason why I chose black predominantly is because I want to be able to look out for this area as we approach it. And again, this is never take profit. Now, I know I have it at 195. I I think I said like 195,750, which is literally the tip of the bottom of this zone. Because normally when we tap the zone, we reject aggressively. So that's basically why I got that. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, you could see the same bias that I had on my charts to where we came back into this area of this zone. I literally had another zone right down here, if I'm not mistaken, based on the bottom of this area and where we found support. We came, we crashed, we found support, boom. If you want to get technical, we could add some QPs into the factors here. We found some support near the 194,500 area, which is right around there. And all-time highs, we went ahead and hit 195,500. So you can see from here, it's a 100 pip range, literally. But if we want to get specific where I took my trade like around the 195 flat, which is literally right in between both of these areas. You can see the technicalities starting to jump into the picture and make sense. So I know you guys have a question. What the fuck is my bias for this week? Can you get to the point, Drew? I got you. Check it out. We're currently in an uptrend, so I feel like as of right now, we've been making minor retests to continue this uptrend to the overall upside. Let's backtrack to the 2 hour. You can see here how we retest, and then we shot up. Let's backtrack to the 4 hour. You can see how we came and retest. Now, the reason why I'm going backwards instead of going lower is because it's been all bullish movement, but going back to the 1 hour, you can see here that this was a little resistance area right here. We finally broke. We retest this area right here, which I'll make it a little line so we can see the retest of this area is right around here, which is actually where we considered a break of structure, because if you look, we were in a little miniature downtrend. Now peep this. Let's go down to the 30 minutes. You can see how I see it. If you look at it from the perspective that I'm looking at it as of structure and nothing else, this was a lower high, lower low, lower high, boom, we came, we maintained, right? This is the area that needs to be broken overall. And then boom, we came, then boom. We broke these minor structures, then we started to maintain, and boom. So now what I'm thinking is we're going to retest here, and then we're going to probably go long into here. This is my current bias as of right now. I don't know what's going to happen once we get up to right here, but I'm hoping that we can break and we can continue going around the trend because we already completed. So what is Druzy Banks waiting for? Druzy Banks is waiting for one out of the two things right now. This area of resistance should be used as an area of support. We're going to go ahead and make this in yellow because we want to proceed with caution. As of right now, in the lower time frames, we can see that the structure right here has been maintained. So ideally, we should be good to go because structure is being maintained, right? Now, structure is not broken until we break past right here. So we have until here to here. So there's really like a fib within a fib that we could take advantage of, which is this from here to here. And this is literally just to ride the move up until right here. So let's just wait and see. We can come back and respect any of these levels within the structure. At lowest, I said we probably come back near to the 195 flat, but I'm hoping that we could find structure like around the 250, which would be near the 38.2 over 50, or even near the 195 100 area. So anywhere within this area, I'm waiting to see. But ideally, what I would love to see is that we get a break, we get a retest, we get a long in any one of these areas right around here, which is not a lot of risk, right? And risk to award, we can literally hold the trade right up into here and get a good setup. So that's really what I'm looking for GJ. Next is gold. Goldie. Now let's start from the higher. Well, we don't really need to start too much from the higher time frame. We can already see that we're in an uptrend, and that this is the high, this was the low, high, low, high, low. We haven't really broken structure really and truly because it's in a range in a sense. So going down to the 10-hour time frame, same kind of concept. And this is me analyzing with naked charts. Now, you can see here, this is the most recent high, this is the most recent low, and we maintained. Now, we didn't come lower than this low, and then buyers literally took over right here. So this is why I drew my fib. Now, I drew my fib based off of a lower time frame orientation, and we're going to get to that in a moment. But hold on, let me fix that back how it was. But fib-wise, if I was supposed to show you, we're at a 38.2 right now, which I believe we're setting up for a buy. I don't trade gold that much to really know. I'm still new to this shit. But I will say technically it looks like a buy. Going down to the 5 hours so we can look at double the data. I'm only skipping through the data to simplify it a little bit more easier for you guys. You can see that down here was a lower high. We broke, we retested, we maintained. We came back for a retest right here, which makes me believe that if I go down lower to the 2 hour, that right around here was the area that we came back to retest because we didn't find previous support. So technically everything's kind of lining up to what I see with this 38.2. Now I know you're probably wondering what are these drawings that I have. these drawings are what I did as far as for lower time frame structure, just to see how structure was flowing to get a better understanding of this pair. This is what all the red shit is, pretty much. And right around here, this is my analysis for this week. Now, using QPs, which my strategy works on anything, right? We're going to see that 196.38 is the base, and at 190.36.500, this is where the QP is, right around here. I'm expecting an area of support to be formed either somewhere around here, and I'm expecting to be able to either find support here, right? So we can go into this area right here. Based on what I see, based on the lower time frames, I'm looking at this. Now, this data is subjected to change. We could continue tanking downwards. I'm really an observer of the market of this week for this, but my bias is that it's looking like buys based off of the higher time frame data and being at this 38.2. So this is what I'm taking. We don't have to find support at 38.2. We can come down lower to even down here where I have this zone at, which is right around down here. We could come back and make it even a steeper retest at any one of these levels. But my bid right now is that this 38.2 is going to trend up from here. And this is what I'm hoping to see based on this bias. I'm hoping to see that we can try this. And if we do go ahead and do this successfully, where's my TP for this week? Well, every area that we have as a lower low, I'm looking to exit there. So I like how this one looks. It's because of the way how the break and retest was on this pair. So I'm looking to probably potentially exit up here, which is near the 200 area. Gold likes to move a lot, which is why I'm trading it. So I will be using risk management as I trade this pair this week. And shit, it's either going to be a lesson or a blessing. But I'm seeing buys as of right now. We are in a downtrend, but we just broke it with this buyer's momentum. So I'm hoping something different. All right, NAS100. NAS100, a little bit more different. Now, NAS100, we've been making... same thing, a bullish uptrend. Now, selling at these peaks is going to be important because when NAS likes to dump, it likes to dump real quick and then continues the trend. But you can see based on even September, October, November, and December, this shit has been very bullish. Looking at the 10-hour time frame, you can see based on from this last market structure area that it made until it broke, that we were doing a good job of maintaining. We never kind of made anything structure-wise as far as for a major market structure area until we came back down here and settled off this retest area to push back up. I can see that it likes this area a lot based on the two touches that we got of the supply zone turn demand zone. So then looking at the 5-hour time frame, you can see it a little bit more clearly as far as for these zones getting their interaction. Really and truly, I can probably even clean up these zones. Oops, hold on. I could probably even clean up these zones by adding it right here. I just didn't want to add it right here because I was trying to simplify the data even more. But based on a certain time frame, it would be right here that I got the retest. But based on the current market structure value, what I'm looking at, it would be right here because this was the high point that we kind of went ahead and made right around here. So that's why I drew it right here. And then also right around here, we have this area of support at the 121 flat, which is where buyers basically kind of took over and did this upshift. So based on NAS, what I see, it's very critical that you buy this pair at the area of support because if you don't, you're going to miss out. So I like to wait until buyers kind of takes over on this pair fully, and then I like to trade the trend. I like to be super safe on this pair just because you get a lot of pips very quickly on this. And I want to show you the equivalence on why I chose these pairs and why I added these pairs to my roster just real quick. And it's really all because of the volume and really all because of what you can make in the same time that I trade GJ. So check this out. From here to here, you see how much pips that is. I don't got to say anything, right? On gold, let's go back real quick. Let's go to that lower time frame. If I would have caught this push from down here to down here, the lower structure broke, you see how much pips this is. I don't got to say anything, right? I don't got to say anything. GJ, if I would have caught this push from here to here, you see how much pips that is. So that's the difference. For the same time that I'm trading, I can get paid more. And if I'm technically aware of where I am within both these pairs, I should be able to take advantage. So as far as for NAS100 goes, as far as for what I see that we have a beautiful area of support right around here that we only retested once. I'm expecting, based off of the 1 hour, right? Based off the 1 hour, we went bullish. At the lowest point that we could come down to is right here, which I'm going to make this in red for a retest. Quite frankly, this is just basically me moving off of whatever structure it's moving off of. You can see that we've been properly handling the downtrend. But technically, when I look at the pair, if we look right here, we kind of had a break of this area. So I'm kind of looking for some sense of confluence. Backtracking a little bit to the 4 hour, just overall, you can see that buyers definitely did take over from down here and are expecting a retest. Now, as far as from where that retest can happen at, I'm expecting it to be at the 121, 250, right around there. I know it says 240. Forgive me for that. Oh, wait, I can just hit it right here. Coordinates. And this is just basically what we call an institutional level. So that's pretty much where I'm expecting it to be at, just in the confluence of this zone. Now, based off of structure goes, I'm seeing that we could basically do something along the lines of this to where we come down somewhere like around here and average 38.2 and then push off, or we could come down steeper. So I'm really kind of just waiting to see what this pair kind of does with this pullback, but I'm expecting a pullback into this heavily confluent area where I have this counter trend line that literally just got broken. Keeping it simple with the technicalities, I have a supply zone that I made off of the lower time frame, just based off of looking at the market data and looking at the last area from where we retested. So really and truly, the fib really and truly should be from like right here. So technically, we're at the 23.6 now, and we're getting ready to go to the 38.2. And that's why I said maybe like around right here, because market structure on the lower time frames, but on the higher time frames, you have where it is. But that's pretty much my bias. I want to keep it simple, but I am looking for longs. I could see here even too, just looking at it, that we have a bit of a supply zone turn demand zone. Where the hell is the thingy at? I just don't know where nothing is at. Hold on 1 second. It's supposed to be in here. And that's right around here. I like to draw zones because zones show me the range of price for rejection. So I like to go zone crazy, because when a zone is disrespected, I know I'm good to go. So shit, price could even find support basically somewhere like around here. So if price does find support like around here, the next area that I could really enter a trade is all the way up here at the 121 500, but by then it would be long gone already. So I'm really paying attention to where I am technically based off of support and resistance, because QPs on this pair are a little bit more bigger. So that's why I said you really want to find where this pair makes a support and then really just ride the fucking wave. Because 9 times out of 10, technically I could backtest and show you that everywhere we found some type of support area was near a market structure area with huge rejection. So the lower time frame orientation is really going to matter a lot on where we break structure and where we continue from. That's why I'm paying attention to structure, because if we could catch the transition of trend, we can catch the overall moves on this pair and catch the pips. And that's the goal. Pips, 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 pips. But goal-wise, obviously, I want to see this pair go back up to this zone. Will it go back to this zone this week? It did this in, what, like 1 day? It did this in, what, like 3 days? You know what I'm saying? So in 1 day, I don't see why we can't get up here. Gold, obviously trading it from zone to zone. I want to see it kind of come back up here, right? Back up here. So these pairs kind of move a lot. So I'll really just be taking my time and paying attention to where I am within structure and riding the waves. But I'm hoping that gold can actually break structure and come up to these new levels of negative 27 and negative 61.8 as we trade them this year. But let's keep tracking where we are within structure. Expect another update soon, because I'm trading these new pairs. But GJ, I know I got this motherfucker locked in my bag. So with that being said, thank y'all guys so much for this breakdown. I truly appreciate it. Thank you guys for accommodating me on this journey. Again, I really appreciate it, and Happy New Year's. I got one announcement to make before y'all go, so give me 1 second. All right, so for anybody who doesn't know me, I like to give myself a lot of goals for the new year. And most importantly, y'all guys know me, new year, new build. So what do I mean by that? I mean this exactly, right? I'm starting an account with $5,383, and I will be trading that on NAS and gold. GJ, I'll be trading my bigger accounts. You're going to be seeing bigger profits, the bigger profits that you guys are used to. But if you guys want to follow my journey on this account build, I'm either going to blow it or I'm going to make money, you know what I'm saying? But join me. I'm going to be studying the shit out of these pairs and really getting them to the T. But I'm starting with 5K. I really just withdrew this and threw it in there. So we're just going to see how this goes, and we're going to build and flourish and grow together. With that being said, I want to thank you guys so much. If you guys do want to join me on this account build, in the link below, there will be a link to my free Discord. I can join the Discord for free and get my analysis, my signals, my perspectives on this. Just keep in mind that this is just my perspective. But if y'all guys like what y'all see, y'all like what I learned from me, join me on my journey. Come in the Discord. You can speak freely, follow the rules, and just join me. But if you do want to do, all that will be in the link below. With that being said, more videos, more details, a lot more coming from Juicy this year. And I appreciate you guys and love y'all for all your support. Thank you. And I'll see y'all guys later. Deuces. Like, comment, and subscribe.